Okay.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Gearhart. I'm here with Jennifer Shapiro-Lee, a psychotherapist. So, Jennifer is the founder and director of a psychotherapy practice, but she helps people in so many more ways who have issues in their lives. So, welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell me everything you do because it's quite a bit.
Okay, yeah. So I'm the founder of director of a psychotherapy practice located in Roslyn, New York. Right now, we're doing a lot of work over telehealth, which really was a transition once the pandemic started. And then we are getting back into in-person therapy as well with masks, whatever clients prefer. So I work with adults, families, and couples, typically going through stress, anxiety, grief, depression. But really, my practice has expanded where now I have other therapists in the practice as well, some that specialize in kids or adolescents, and we really can meet any mental health needs for anyone who walks through the door. And then on top of that, I am a certified mindfulness and meditation teacher. I got into that because in my field, I saw so many people struggling with anxiety, and the research showed that meditation is so helpful for stress and anxiety. Actually, if they put two people on an MRI machine who meditate, one who does and one who doesn't, they see a difference in the stress level in the person's brain who meditates, really that it helps decrease stress. So I got into that, and I do meditation within my practice. I also do retreats. I teach meditation workshops, and I have a previous corporate background, so that helps. I go into companies and organizations, and I speak about either mental health awareness or meditation, mindfulness, and stress reduction. And the mental health awareness piece is something I'm really passionate about, decreasing the stigma and silence behind mental health conditions.
Right. And so, why do your clients choose you over anybody else?
I have a really, well, I think I'm very open-minded. I think I present with a very non-judgmental way. But clients are with me now really know that they can say anything, and I provide a really safe space, and that there really is going to be no judgment with what they tell me, and I really meet them with where they're at. Also, I have a lot of trainings and experience. So I'm trained in a form of therapy called EMDR, which is amazing for trauma. I'm trained in something called dialectical behavioral therapy, which helps with skill building. And then I have the meditation mindfulness experience. And I also went after grad school. I went to Columbia, and then after Columbia I went for advanced training in family and couples work, and I got trained behind a one-way mirror for a year dealing with families and couples and having a team evaluate me. So I think that I really bring a lot of experience. I worked at a lot of clinics, I've worked at hospitals, so now having my practice, I really can bring all those experiences with me and help people.
That's excellent. So, I think you brought up a really good point. There are a lot of things I would never tell anybody, but I might be able to tell a therapist. So I knew it was going to be kept secret and they weren't going to say, oh my gosh.
Yes, exactly. We're bound to confidentiality, so anything anyone says to me is confidential. And right, that's what people should go to therapy for. I mean, to know that it's that safe place, that it's a little bit different than talking to a family member or friend, an unbiased approach. And
Right. And non-judgmental, I think, is a huge piece of it because different people grow up in different situations and some things may be judged like really seriously horrible.
mhm.
Maybe in other situations they wouldn't be, but if they have a place they feel safe talking about it, that's important.
Yeah, I think that's a really important. I mean, it's all about the relationship with the therapist. I mean, you have to feel comfortable to really be able to do the work on yourself in therapy.
So you work with families? Do you work with children by themselves?
I do. I have other therapists in my practice who really specialize in kids who worked at schools. A couple of I have two therapists in my practice who work at schools during the day and work with kids here at night. As far as myself, my specialty really is more adult based, but I do work with some teens as well. And I have experience working with kids and the family work. I do like the family and couples work a lot.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So I guess you must find it very rewarding. What do you like the most about your work?
I honestly love my work. What I like the most about it, I just like all the people that I meet and how people really trust me with their stories. And, I think I really value that, I'm able to really almost be a part in a way of someone else's life and, see them in their, I do see people in really hard moments, but I also see people in really big transitions or people who've made great transformations in their life. And I've seen people really change their lives for the better and help themselves. And, that's the work they do too. It's not just about the therapy, it's the work that they do when they leave therapy on their own. And I've seen people really dedicate, and commit to working hard on changing their lives. And I'm really proud of that.
Right. And sometimes people just need someone to listen and analyze, and then they get the aha moment, right?
Exactly. Yeah, like, it's almost like planting a seed sometimes with a client. I'm not gonna tell them what to do. I mean, it's their life. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they have their own choices to make, but it's almost like planting a seed of something or providing coping skills or techniques or just insight they didn't think of, and, just letting them work with that from there as well.
So how many people do you think you've worked with?
Oh, a lot. I don't even know. I haven't been asked that question in a long time. I mean, hundreds, I would say, really, at this point. I've worked with a lot of people, and I've worked with all ages. I've worked with every population, every presenting issue, I would say, every type of, so it's all diverse. I mean, I've really had the honor to work with all sorts of people.
So you don't get surprised anymore?
Um, Actually, no, I would say probably not. I feel like I mean, obviously you can always hear different things, but no, I really, I know that the world just works in certain ways and everyone has their own stories and path and journey. And I'm very open to that. And I've seen enough to know that, I mean, really anything can happen. Change is like the one constant in life, right? Things change and happen.
Absolutely.
As we know, we've had this past year, we've all been through some changes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know. So, so how do your clients typically find you?
A bunch of different resources. I mean, I'm pretty, if you Google my name, Jennifer Shapiro-Lee, I mean, I pretty much come up all over online. I've done a lot of videos. I've done, some interviews. I've done TV segments. I'm on Psychology Today, which is a great resource to find a therapist. If you go in and you type in the zip code of near where you live, and you type in, you can read different therapist bios and see what you're looking for. And it's all about how you relate. If the therapist is something that feels good to you, I encourage people to call and almost interview me as well to see me as a therapist because they want to see if I'm the right fit for them. So, I get referrals, to be honest, from all over, from different psychiatrists, doctors, just like people I know or through people.
Excellent. Excellent. So what one piece of advice would you give people right now?
Just really to be kind to themselves. I feel like really to just be kind and patient with ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves sometimes, and we put all these expectations on ourselves and demands. And I think that it's been a really tough year for everyone across the board, and just really to be where you're at and know that emotions come and go. We sometimes think when we're in an emotional mindset, it feels like permanent, and it doesn't. All our emotions change. So really to just be where you're at and know if it's a difficult time, it does, the emotion will pass and change. And just to really like talk to yourself the way you would talk to someone you love. We talk to ourselves harder than we do a lot of other people.
That is so true. I agree. So is there anything else that people should know about you or your practice?
Yeah, I mean, just as far as, I mean, I really care what I do. I was in a corporate career and I had a very successful corporate career. And, I left that career. I lost a family member to suicide. This was about 15 years ago. And I left that career 3 years later, knowing that I really wanted to get into this work and help people. And it was someone that no one knew that they were struggling or suffering because they had a huge role as a hospital CO and they hid it very well. And, there's a lot of people out there who are struggling and don't talk about it. And, I always actually knew I was meant to be a therapist, even though I was in that field. In my heart, I was always that person everyone went to. And, I really felt for this profession and I did a lot of volunteer work. So I'm in it because I really want to be doing it. I mean, every day I wake up and I feel like I'm living my purpose and my passion, and I love what I do. And I think there's so much work that needs to be done with as far as helping people and providing resources and, normalizing the fact that, 1 in 4 people do suffer from a mental health condition. And most people go through some period of feeling anxious or depressed throughout their life. And it's really important. This is a conversation that's very important and something I really, really care about. So just to know that if someone was to come to my practice, they'd be in good hands. I really try and treat all my clients with the most utmost respect and care. And I truly care about what happens to them.
Excellent. Well, this has been a great discussion. I think you sound like an excellent therapist to me. So
Yeah.
I'm not in New York, but you can't do anything in person, but soon, hopefully. So
Right.
yeah, great. Well, thank you, Jennifer.
All right. Thanks for having me.